Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Needles at the Ready. I am Kevin.
And I'm Ray.
Today is Saturday, July 22nd, 2023, and this is episode 91
Woohoo.
of our YouTube channel where we talk about knitting and crocheting and yarn dyeing and buying stuff.
Buying stuff, for sure.
Welcome.
We also have crochet. You said that already. We also have needle felting on this episode.
Needle felting as well. So welcome, everybody.
Super exciting. Hello.
It has been 2 weeks.
Feels good to sit down and do this.
I know. We have a lot.
We do have a lot. We have the huge.
Yeah.
It's the huge.
Nothing abnormal. So.
No.
We're just going to kind of, we hope everybody's doing well. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you're a new viewer, welcome.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
That's right. We love having you here.
We do.
We love being here.
So.
Just love.
How's everybody doing?
I'm good. Yeah.
Can we talk about how unbearably humid it's been here on the East Coast? I don't like it. It's not fun.
However, today it feels wonderful.
Yeah, today's gorgeous out. It's only like 71.
I know.
There's not much humidity.
72, but close enough.
But still. So, and we do have a fan going.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully you can't hear. I don't think the mic will pick it up, but.
I don't think so. Hopefully the mic's picking us up. We didn't test it.
I don't test
Hello?
it at all anymore. I just hope, hit record and hope for the best.
That's right. That's how we roll.
Yeah. No planning.
No.
So, let's just get started. We'll do admin-y stuff. All right, so last time we did I'm not going to use that word. We had some things that people sent us for you all. So we had some prompts and we said what we were doing, and then we got hackers commenting on stuff saying that you won things, and those hackers were liars.
They were, and I felt really, really bad. It hasn't happened to us before. Basically, what somebody did was they took our logo and then created a name on YouTube that was very similar to our YouTube name, Needles at the Ready, and they just changed one letter. So it made it, at a quick glance, or even if you didn't pay a lot of attention, it looked like it came from us.
Yeah.
And this person was contacting the people that were answering the prompt and saying that they've won. So unfortunately, we did contact everybody who reached out to us, and thank you guys so much for reaching out to us, because we wouldn't have known that. We probably would have caught on a little bit later, but we were able to address it very, very quickly. We blocked the person, reported them, and then reached out to everybody who they reached out to. So hopefully that won't happen again. And then just a reminder, if we ever do something like that, and when we do our giveaways, we would
use the word.
It's okay, but this is our disclaimer. We would never contact you on YouTube directly to say you've won and ask for any information. We announce all winners on the podcast like this, like we will do today. And those people then are asked to email us directly using our email address. And then this way we can make sure that, or you can be sure that it's really us that are responding, because you're going to be initiating the contact with us. So that's how we usually roll. That's how we always will roll. So if you ever get a comment or a contact from us on Instagram or on YouTube asking for your personal information, do not share it, and just give us a heads up so that we know what's going on.
Correct. Great disclaimer.
Thank you.
So, with that being said,
thank you very much.
We had the. Do you have it? The sock set?
I do. Well, it's there. I will grab it.
Yes. So the first thing that was donated for y'all was the Smores Sock Set from Ginger Snap That. Or Ginger Snap. Yeah,
Ginger Snap That.
So we showed it last week. Ray had knit a pair up last year with this yarn. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
So thank you, Ginger Snap, for sending that over to us. It was fantastic. We actually have some other stuff to show later.
We do. Okay, so we had the prompt for this one to use the word s'mores in your comment, and we got a lot of really awesome comments and a lot of really good suggestions.
I know. One of the top ones was dark chocolate, and you're not a dark chocolate lover, and a lot of the people who commented said they were not dark chocolate lovers, but they love it in S'mores, and another good one was the Ghirardelli squares.
Oh, those are really good.
So, I mean, and they're filled with so many different things.
Like the salted caramel ones.
Salted caramel was a very popular one.
Yeah.
Another one was Nutella.
Oh.
So
there were some suggestions for people who can't eat chocolate to use fruit, which I think was such a really cool idea. To use like different fruits and stuff in there. You have like the melty marshmallow with the fruit in there.
Yeah, fresh strawberries, bananas were the two most common.
Yep. And then there was, sugar-free options, obviously, for those who suffer with diabetes or have issues regulating their sugars and insulin.
I know there's vegan options, and I think one of the troubles a lot of people have were gluten-free. I know that there's some gluten-free graham crackers, but it's maybe I don't know. I don't know. Versed in
all I know is you just take that concept, and I'm sure you can make it work however you want to, because the whole idea of that dessert is that it's so delicious that you just want some more.
It can get very sweet though.
It can, but again, then add the
and
fruit
a s'mores
and
dip.
Feel better about
Did you see
yourself?
that one, the s'mores dip? Yeah, you kind of put it all together and bake it in the oven, like the marshmallows and the chocolate, and then you dip the graham cracker in it.
When you dip, I dip, we dip. Great. So here is. I'm sorry for the crinkling. We didn't open it, so we want to keep it all in its glory. So you get a beautiful bag with some really, really cute marshmallows and graham crackers. Obviously, it's s'mores related, campfire stuff. You get the sock set, which is a 100-gram skein, and then you get a complimentary mini. And also, you get these really adorable stitch stoppers, needle toppers, that are little campfires with super cute smiley faces.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if they still have some more of these on their site. We'll have their site linked down below. You can definitely check them out. Also, follow them on Instagram. They have they show a lot of their things on Instagram. They're very active there, so it's great. Okay, so our winner is Janet. Congratulations. And I'm going to show this up here because we want to make sure that you know that it's actually you.
Yeah, it's Janet C.
Scarlett. So your comment was, we used to make s'mores when camping in Girl Scouts. I never forgot my socks either. So you were a double entry. Good job. Love those memories. I love the charhu color. Oh, that's a good one.
Thanks.
Is it Dr. Seuss Grinch inspired? Do you want to talk about the inspiration for that colorway?
They're actually
the name for the colorway?
So the name is from Legally Blonde. Because she's like,
I don't think anybody.
A lot of people didn't get it.
Yeah.
So in Legally Blonde, like I think it's at the beginning, and they're like, or at the end, when she's with. Is it the second one? No.
Yes, the second one.
The second movie, and they're doing their sorority thing, and
secret handshake.
The secret handshake, and I think it ends with Delta
who?
Delta Nu. So that's where the chartreuse came from, and there was no real inspiration. It was actually part of the dyeing kind of class that I'm taking, and I was trying to interpret a color. It actually came out wrong.
Oh. Yes, it did.
It did. It came out wrong, but it's right. So
it's right now.
Yeah, I actually like it. I have a lot of yarn to show today too. I've been brewing some beautiful colorways.
You've been busy. All right, so Janet, that is you. So here's how it works. Just reach out to us via email is always best. And our email address is linked down below. Let us know that you saw this, that you are the winner for the s'more set, and then leave us your contact information, mailing address, and we will make sure that we get this out to you. So congratulations, that's really, really exciting. I was super jealous, but I'm not anymore because we have some really fun things to show afterwards. All right, so congratulations, that is yours. Love it. Do you want to pull up that pattern?
I'm looking for it now.
Okay, perfect. The next... Uh-oh. What happened? Why?
All right, so next, Linda Simpson, she had released her first sock pattern.
Yes.
And it is for the... Trophy Muse socks, right?
Those are so good. I don't know how to say that.
Me neither. But here it is.
Trophimus?
Trophimus socks.
Does it say in the description where the name came from? You know, sometimes they do that.
And
it's a really, really nice textured sock. She was knitting in the garden, didn't want to do another vanilla sock. It's a quick, easy 3-row pattern repeat. Lovely.
And there's a written pattern with links to video tutorials on the heel flap and gusset and the Kitchener stitch. And it's a very beginner-friendly pattern.
Yes.
So, we have 4 people who won.
Count 'em,
this.
4.
So, thank you, Linda, for donating 4
Yes.
prizes. When we announce, if you will send us over your Ravelry username, this way we can make sure that Linda sends them over to you.
And if you don't have Ravelry, just let us know and we'll find some way to get that to you.
Yeah.
No problem at all. Okay, so I'm just going to announce all 4 at the same time, and then I'm going to flash all 4 of them up, and so you can see if that is you. So winner number 1, in no particular order, is Leslie Carnes. You said grab a bag of Ghirardelli chocolate squares, the ones with the different flavors, like you were just saying. So good. S'mores socks, please. You were another double entry. Great job. Next one is Jane Diamond. Love s'mores, socks, and Kevin and Ray.
Aw.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Where is that from? I'll give you a minute. Nope, sure not. I don't know if you'll know that because you didn't really watch that. Okay, the next one.
It's got to be The Office.
The next one is Designer Dreams. I love that you respond to your emails. Sometimes a heart is just fine. I want to be a bit sarcastic though. I didn't read these, so hopefully you're appropriate. I'm saying it's too hot for socks, but they can be ready for the fall. Perfect. Oh, this says please don't enter me. I'm going through my finish and what's in my yarn closet. But this is just a pattern. It's just a pattern. So we're going to enter you, and if you really don't want it, just let us know, and we'll pick somebody else. And the last one is Catherine H. Socks are my next knitting adventure.
Do it, Catherine.
Do it. All right, so here you are. Is it all in camera?
There.
Okay.
All right.
And 3, 2, 1.
So that is the
giveaway.
All right, so the rest of the admin-y stuff, we are still doing our Hohi and mYak knit along. So this goes until the end of September.
Yes.
You just have to knit a Hohi pattern. It'd be great if you used mYak yarn. If that's not in your budget, you can certainly use any yarn that you have. Pick from your stash.
It's very chill knit along.
Yeah, it's just to, just for community. And it was to, Hohi had released 2 patterns using mYak's base, which we will talk about in a little bit. So we have that. There's going to be the second Zoom chat on August 5th.
2 weeks from today.
I don't know the time yet. Do we?
Right, no.
Okay.
So I posted on Instagram yesterday some updates, and we'll show those a little bit more in detail today. And just a request to follow mYak on Instagram, and also on her newsletter, I believe, and the Ravelry group. All of that information is linked right down below.
Yep.
So you can just go ahead and click that. It's right under our the beginning part of our show notes. And she'll have all of the information with the Zoom link and all of that. And once we get that, we'll post that as well. Correct. So that's super exciting. But we would love to chat with you all. So if you're not doing anything, mark your calendar for August 5th. It'll probably be somewhere around early afternoon our time.
And then we forgot to mention this last time. So we showed a package that we received from the men over at Leading Men Fiber Arts, which was super generous. But we forgot to mention that they also provided a coupon code for y'all. So that code is NATR Boys 15. So that gets you 15%.
Nope, NATR Boys.
Oh, I'm sorry, NATR Boys, and it's for 15% off
your entire order.
And they offer free domestic shipping on orders over $20. So definitely go check out their site.
Totally.
We've used their yarn before. It's beautiful. They do fantastic colorways.
Actually, my first Pure Joy was with Leading Men.
Yeah, I did a sweater. So I did a sweater out of Leading Men, the one from Cozy Up Knits.
Yep.
The hug cardigan or something like that, remember? And
I do. It's actually it's over
right it's right here.
Yeah. You have to fix it a little bit, but
yeah. So actually this is Leading Men Fiber Arts.
And that's the Simple Hug?
Yeah, or Simple Hug or something.
Oh, it's so soft.
Yeah, this is a DK weight. Soft. This is the
Turge
base, and I forget the colorways, but they're two of my favorite.
Yeah.
Two of my favorites. I know I've knit a hat out of this too, the leftovers, since I didn't use much.
They're also really good at naming their yarn.
Oh my gosh!
Like I have a chartreusey green. I guess that is chartreuse for my Pure Joy, and it's called Dirty Truce.
Yeah,
which is they're really good.
They have a really
they're very
great colors.
clever.
They have a large variety of colors too. So,
and what's good about their website too with their colors is that you can see almost every single one, if not every single one, knit up. Like right there on the website.
Have a swatch.
You have a swatch listed so you can see how it kind of knits up. So
I'll get there one day.
Yeah, once our sock machine comes, it's no holds barred.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're down to like 3 months, I think. 2 months, 2.5 months.
July, August, September, October.
3-ish. Okay, 3 months we will have our sock machine.
We should have it before we go to Rhinebeck.
Maybe we'll just cancel our Rhinebeck trip to sit home and print socks.
Absolutely not.
Thank you guys so much for your generous donation.
Yeah,
the box was absolutely huge. If you want to take a look at what's going to be included in some of our prize pack-ups for the Let's Hear It for the Boys, check our previous episode 90. And yeah, we don't know how to do that fancy stuff. We don't do the fancy click here to link to the video below or whatever.
No, do you know that only works on
like the computer?
No, it only works on a mobile device. That little info thing to link to previous videos doesn't work when you're watching from the TV.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that's that. Speaking of trips,
yes, thank you.
We are going to Skein Yarn Shop on August
12th.
That's Saturday.
Yeah. So that's in 3 weeks.
Yes. So yeah, we're gonna shoot to get there for when they open. We're really, really excited. We met them at Rhinebeck. We met a bunch of their patrons there. They were really, really excited about the yarn shop. It's the pictures look amazing. They're amazing people. They have a YouTube channel as well, and they posted, and we shared in our stories, and we'll post as well too. But we're just gonna hang out there. So if you want to come and hang out with us for a few hours, sit at a table. Apparently they have a table that we can sit and knit and chat. If you're interested, please join us. We're really excited. Saturday, August 12th. They open at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, 11 a.m.
So we hope that we'll see you there. They're in Rhode Island.
Yes.
Okay.
That's it. So let's talk about some knitting, I think.
Let's talk about baby.
Oh, wait. One last thing.
Oh, my gosh. This is a big one.
So we also...
Do you have the whole thing?
No. I forgot the pins.
Oh, well, that's important.
Okay. So last weekend, we've been talking about our merch, I guess, for the Let's Hear It for the Boys knit along that we're having, which we totally forgot to mention. So we have the Let's Hear It for the Boys knit along. That goes until the end of September as well. We extended that. It started in June. And it's just to get us to knit for the guys in our lives, right? So we had put out a request for y'all to create a logo for it. And we got a bunch of entries and we picked one. And we finally got all the merch in. The bags came in a week ago. So we got those up on the website. Which also, if you guys don't know, we are no longer using Etsy. We've launched needlesattheready.com, so all the yarn and everything is over there. And we sent out our first newsletter. So here's the tote. So it's quite large, and
that's a good size.
The image is on both the front and the back. It is a heat pressed polyester image.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice.
Yeah.
The bag is huge. It holds a ton of yarn.
When we took pictures, I kept stuffing it full of yarn, and I think we got up to 12 skeins or something. Yeah. I'm like, this is absolutely ridiculous.
So great canvas bag, huge, really actually good size handles, very sturdy.
Yeah.
And then we also have the 3x3 inch sticker and the 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch square pin.
And the sticker is a thick vinyl.
Yeah.
It's pretty
really
thick.
great quality.
Yeah.
Even the pin is it's a printed on, so that we could make sure we got all the colors in on stainless steel.
Yeah.
So we packed these up together just because shipping for like just the pin or just the sticker is kind of weird. So we packaged all 3 items together in one little pack up, and they are on our website, and the price for the pack up is $40 plus shipping.
Yes. And so there were a lot of questions on Instagram, because what we did and what we'll do going forward is if we have things like this, we want to give our newsletter subscribers first look. So we're gonna going forward. We'll send it out in a newsletter, and then we'll post on Instagram or talk about it here on the podcast. Yeah. But in order to get onto our mailing list, go to our website. If you scroll down below some of the shop stuff, you'll see join our mailing list, and go ahead and click on that and enter your information.
Okay, now we're really onto the knitting.
Okay.
So I have 3 whips.
I have 2 finished objects.
Okay, so you may go.
And I have 3 whips.
All right, you can.
My first finished object is not knitting related. Neither one of them are knitted finished objects.
Oh,
to
true.
be honest. My first one is I think he's adorable. She.
Yes.
I think it's she.
Okay.
I'm calling her Slothy Sally. So this is Slothy Sally. Look at her little belly. She is a needle felting kit that I got as part of their mystery kit club in 2022 from Going Gnome. So this is what their sample is. The fun thing about needle felting, and I always say this, is that you can, it's similar, but you always add a little bit of, I always find to add a little bit of a personality. And you can see like the various needle felting projects that we have up there, and there's a bunch over here as well. So there were 4. I have, this is the 3rd that I've completed. The other 2, whoops, excuse me, Mr. Tree. The other 2 is the blue-footed booby, which he's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And the elephant shrew. So these all go together. There's one more that I brought downstairs. I created like a little felting area downstairs. So I'm going to be working on that hopefully this week. And then I'm going to move on to the next mystery club. There's also a gnome that was like a bonus gnome. So I have him to do as well. But these are the 3 kits. Look, I even did like little feathers on the back. Super cute. So you create the little personalities, and this one took me a little bit of time. I was struggling a little bit with the fingers, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go really large and in charge.
Cute.
So
good job.
Yeah. So this is Slothy Sally. I think she's very, very cute.
She is.
Yeah. So she'll hang out on this shelf sometime soon, and we've got some work to do.
You should bring some of them to work and have them at your...
Where, though? I don't have room at work.
You don't have a desk?
I do. My desk, I have so many things.
Maybe you should clean off your desk.
No, it's clean and organized. Oh. It's just, I have the standing desk on top, so like I can stand up and pull it up.
Yeah.
But I might get rid of that, because meetings have now gone like mostly in person again.
Right.
So look how cute she is there. Oh, Slothy Sally, little girl. That's that.
Okay. Keep going.
Oh, all right.
I don't have any finished stuff.
This has been taking up most of my crafting time, especially over the last week. I finally finished the second Rainbow Ripple baby blanket. It's a 12-pointed star by Celeste Young. It's a free pattern. I have that link down below as well. I believe it just got put onto Ravelry not too long ago, because I just went there today to grab the link, and there's a ton of pictures on the pattern page with all different colors and different designs, because you really could change this around and make it your own very, very easily. So, are we ready? This is the second one that I just finished. It's pretty large. So it is a 12-pointed star, and I did them in a fun rainbow. These are absolutely huge. This is the second one that I've done. So my plan was to do these for the twins, our niece and our nephew. And I'm finally finished. So this one I just got done. I think I was somewhere in the green, or maybe just started the green. So I basically did all of this. And crochet goes really fast, but there's a lot of stitches all around this. So it took me some time, but I love it. I'm using Karen's Simply Soft. The colors are pretty generic colors, but I did this one purple out to red. And then the other one, I brought that one as well, just to show you. I just did the opposite. So I have the red in the middle, and then that goes out to the purple. So they're the same,
but different. And you used white
and
gray in this one.
Yep, I used white in between here, in between each layer on that one that I just finished. And then I did this beautiful, I love this gray actually.
Yeah, it's a really nice gray.
Yeah, I did the gray there. So I'll show you in my work in progress. I did start a third one, but I made a little bit of a modification to it. So,
nice.
But they're so soft. I threw it right in the washing machine and dryer. Didn't do anything else. I mean, it's acrylic, so you're not gonna, blocking it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to make sure that these were easily laundered because they're baby blankets.
Right.
What I like about this size is as they grow, it'll still be relevant for them. And they can use it as a floor blanket, a little mat to play on as they get older, or something to snuggle with. So I'm really happy with these.
Yeah, they're great.
They're very cute. It's a super easy pattern, easy to follow. It's all double crochets and some slip stitches. That's
nice. Good job.
Thanks. Yeah, they're super squishy.
All right.
So I'm inspired to do more
crochet.
All
right, so that's it for finished objects.
Bum-ba-da-dum.
Moving on to whips, I will start and I'll stay on the crochet train.
Okay, you stay on that train.
So this is living in my Jessalyn B
such a good bag
that we got at Knit City. And I've ventured into the world of crochet a little bit. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, though. I don't even know what color I'm on. Am I on a yellow? No.
I love this.
So I'm attempting a granny stripe baby blanket with fingering weight yarn. They're all either scraps or stuff that we got from row 1 minis, or row 1 rather. And this is where I started another row. Here we are.
Oh yeah.
So this is where I am now. I'm on my, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th color. So
it looks like you're doing a really good job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's just the weaving in of the ends that I got to figure out.
But you just can crochet them. I'll show you how to do it.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's the stuff back here too that I need to figure out.
Yeah.
I know I could crochet in. So what I did is I did a chain of 181 or 3, something like that. And then I follow a video from
Bella Coco.
Thank you.
I love her.
So I do enjoy it. I'm not thrilled with all the ends, so I may actually, I have a cake of yarn somewhere back here in this yarn store that we have, and it is
look at these, okay. Oh, that's nice.
Where
did that come from? Oh, that was the wool walk, or the...
You bought that.
I bought that as a kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my problem, eh?
Eh? Yeah, your problem is that you enjoy kits so much. It's in the back somewhere.
It's not a problem.
Here. But, so I was thinking about maybe doing...
You could do some self-striping.
Could. I wouldn't do self-striping and crochet because it would look very different, and it eats up yarn so quickly that the stripes wouldn't be
depending
stripes.
on how large the size is. Yeah.
So, yeah, but I've enjoyed it. I just pick it up here and there, do a couple. Oh, that, I messed up there. I didn't do 3.
It's okay. You can make up for it.
No, I could rip it out. I'm literally at the beginning of that row.
Nobody will know.
I will know.
You don't know.
So yeah, so that's my granny stripe blanket. And I'm using a hook from Clover. It's the Amore set, and it is a E, which is a 3.5 millimeter.
These are my favorite hooks.
Yeah, these are.
I've tried so many.
Fantastic.
I just keep going back to these.
Okay.
Okay, I'll stick on the crochet train.
Oh my
choo
gosh.
choo! Look at all this. What would a thunk, huh? All right, this is the start of the third blanket, and I am also using the Amore crochet hook by Clover. I'm using an H, which is a 5 millimeter crochet hook, and I just started this, and what I'm doing is I decided, because I liked the gray so much, and I also liked how the blanket started. I preferred the red,
Okay.
ending in the purple. So this is for my my assistant manager and his wife. They're expecting a baby, and the baby is going to be due August 24th or 26th or something. So I've got some time, but I wanted to get started on this. So what I'm doing, instead of doing 5 rows, which is what I did on the previous pattern and what the pattern is written for, you do 5 rows of each color, and then you separate it with your stripe. I'm just doing 3 rows. So I'm just cutting it back a little bit on the size. So this is what I have so far. Not too much, but
You have 2 colors on.
I do. I got 2 colors done.
Nice.
And then, so I'm going to add in the gray. And as I was doing these, because I get concerned about the stripe, the ends, especially for a baby, if it's going to be washed a lot and whatnot. So I've just been tying, I've been attaching the yarn and tying them in. Usually I just crochet, crochet it in, start with a chain and then just crochet along. And then, I weave in my ends as I go. So you can see here is where I weave them in. What I usually do is then I just go back. I go back the other way and kind of go around the holes to weave in the ends. But I find that it's, this way I know that even though there's some extra yarn in here, that if, even if that comes out, it's still going to be secure because it's, because it's tied. And because of the bulkiness of the yarn, and the construction, like how the stitches fall with the double crochet, you can't really tell that when there are knots in there.
Oh, good.
So that's what I decided to do here. As it grows, you get that more prominent point, and so what's going to happen is this looks a little bit sloppy-ish right now.
I don't think so.
But as you pull them out, all the magic will happen. See how everything
all
kind
the
of straightens
magic.
out. All the magic. You've got the magic in me. This is the yarn, Karen Simply Soft. The gray is
silver,
feathered gray.
Feathered.
It is more like a silver.
Yeah, it's very silvery.
Yeah, it's more like a silver. And then so that's what I'm doing. This is living in our prototype chip basket. We have I have Fiber Hustle linked down below as well in our show notes, because my next project that I'll show is in one of the chip baskets that he actually sells. So this was just a prototype, which I absolutely love.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. So that'll go quickly, and especially because it's going to be a little bit smaller. It's still going to be a good size blanket though.
All right. So next up is my sweater that I've been working on. This is his home office.
I really love this. You've made such great progress.
It is by Ann Hansen and Bare Naked Wools, or Knit Spot. This pattern again it's a DK weight pattern. There are 3 versions included in the pattern. There's a V-neck, a crew neck, and a cardigan. I'm doing the V-neck, and I am knitting it out of, as I smack myself, Bare Naked Wools, and it's living in my Paradise Island bag? Yeah, Paradise Island bag.
This is a great.
Where do we get this? Vogue. So I've made quite a bit of progress on this.
Yeah, you sure have.
And I'm knitting this out of their Stone Soup DK in the color. Where is it? Is it behind me?
Where are your bobbins?
They're not in there, apparently. Or maybe they're in the front? No, they're not in here either. Are they in here?
We are 2 very different.
You know what?
Knitters.
What's that? Oh, scissors. I don't know where they are. Whatevs. All right.
This
So
is
this
why
is
our
the
dining
color.
room looks the way that it does.
I just cleaned it up today and yesterday. So I have finished the back panel.
Yeah. You did a lot of knitting, Kevin.
Okay, so this is the back panel. It's quite a bit. This here, so what I did, I was doing them in tandem.
Yeah.
So I was just keeping track of my rows, and then I would go over to the front panel and get up to the same point. This mark here, stitch marker, is where I did the
Sleeve shaping?
shoulder bind off, or I'm sorry, underarm bind off.
So you can see
so
the-
that I
the
could
shaping.
keep track
Yep.
of that, and did the shoulder shaping and a regular bind off here. For my cast on, I did a cable cast on, a 1x1
Link to that
cable
video
cast
is
on.
down below.
Yes, I used the Brooklyn Tweed
Yeah,
video.
it's a good one.
I just love how this looks. Like I've said before, it's very similar to a tubular.
Yeah.
And I am knitting the 4th size, 1, 2, 3, 4, for a 46-inch chest, which should give me 4 inches of positive ease. I'm knitting it on the recommended needles, which are a US 7, which is a 4.5 millimeter, and a US 5, which is a 3.75 millimeter. And now I have the front piece here. So I've started decreasing for the V-neck. I'm actually pretty much done. I think I maybe have about 6 rows left of this, and then I'll bind off and I'll pick up the stitches on this side and finish the bind off here. I have these on the actual barber cords, not the pony bead lacing, because there's just a slight difference between the two, and I do like the barber cords better than the pony bead lacing. But in a pinch, the pony bead lacing works really well.
Not even just in a pinch, as a regular.
Yeah, no, as a regular.
But on a project like this, you know, maybe.
Yeah, this it actually moves a little bit
Yeah.
easier sometimes. So this has, I was actually a little concerned. So this is marker here is where I did the bind off for the underarm, and right above it pretty much is where you start your V-neck. This is actually a stitch on hold because I'll have to pick it up when I do the ribbing
Okay.
around the V-neck. So super easy pattern, very easy to memorize.
This is going to be a really nice sweater.
Yeah, the V-neck, very easy so far. The decreasing is easy. The counts are all working perfectly. I'm having no issues with the pattern. So I'm hoping to have this front panel off the needles this weekend, and then I'll jump in and start on the sleeves.
It's really good.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I love the like the neps in there, like the tweety bits and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have your sweater with you, huh?
No, but mine is not, because I didn't work on it, unfortunately. But
I was just trying to find the makeup. I know it's like, the reason it's called Stone Soup DK is because it has everything. There's like alpaca, regular wool, there's bison. Is there bison in there?
Yeah, there's bison in there.
Right? There's just, it's a very lovely base to work with.
It's really soft. They're supple. Like there's definitely something special about it. You could always look it up.
I could.
I've got the magic in
Okay.
me.
That was it on that project. Your turn.
What do you have left to show?
My shawl.
Okay, so then I'll do this. All right, so this is potential spoiler alert, but not really, because the final clue of the mystery wool along, also by Ann Hansen over at Bare Naked Wools. This has been such a fun project. I'm almost done. I only have the bind off left to do. We're looking currently, she's looking for a name for the pattern. She's running like a little like competition to name the pattern. And this is the inspiration photo. This is the mystery wool along. We got 5 skeins of yarn or 6 skeins of yarn. You didn't know what the yarn was, you didn't know what the colors were, and you didn't know what the pattern was. And then every week over the past 5 weeks, what?
Go ahead.
What, are you making fun of me?
No, I'm not. I just had a thought in my head.
A bad thought?
No.
You
Please.
made fun of me.
No, I'm not.
Did you see me roll my eyes? I tried. I don't know how to roll my eyes. So anyway, let me just show you before we start. Okay. This has been really, really great, and I will probably do it next year as well. Okay?
Do you want me to roll my eyes now? Is that what that
No, I
look
don't
was
need you
for?
to roll your eyes. Thank you, though. It smells so woolly. This is living in my Jesselyn B bag that I got at Knit City, Montreal.
It's a good bag.
It's a really good bag. It's a felted bag, and you can fit, obviously, it's huge. You can fit a lot in there. I have a whole blanket in here. So there were 2 options. One was a square, which is kind of like, it's a square hap shawl, and you can use that as like a blanket, or, you know, with the whole thing about a hap is that it's very, not industrial, but utilitarian, I guess. So you can use it for a lot of different things and wear it a lot of different ways. I'm probably going to be using this as a blanket. See this? All right, I'm on my final color. We don't know yet what the makeup of this yarn is. Each skein has had a different makeup.
When's the next Zoom meeting that you can go to?
I haven't been to a Zoom meeting. I feel
Since
bad.
the
I only
first
went
one.
to that first one because we've been so busy, and I have homework to do today too.
Yeah,
I
but
think it's today at noon.
so you should be able to make it. I would try to go.
Yeah? All right,
Yeah.
I'll try to go. See what happens. I did not put these on the barber cords because I'll show it all in all of its finished glory, hopefully at the next podcast. I have to do a picot bind off, which I've never done before. And I watched a bunch of videos. It doesn't look so bad. It looks like it's going to take some time, which is fine. And I'm excited to do it because I've never done it before. But the written pattern that she has in there, it has not been, I can't find a video with the written pattern. So what I'm going to do is I have a bunch of yarn left over still from this. I'm going to do a little swatch, and then I'm going to practice the bind off
Smart.
on that. Just because I've worked really hard on this, and I don't want to mess it up. All right, team. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Okay.
Show us.
Here we go. This is, can you hold that?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, look at it. Oh, I wish it wasn't so scrunched up. So, this was clue 1 here. Clue 2 is this beautiful lace. And then you have some really fun, what's that called? Like feather and fan type of stuff in here with the different colors. And then this last row has been clue 4, I think from here to here. There's a lot of stitches. There's like 700 and something stitches on this. So each row does take a little bit of time, but now you have these larger holes, and then we're gonna do a little picot bind off on the top. And I think it's just gonna look so,
It's beautiful.
it's like antique-y almost, like rustic, like,
yeah, it's a really pretty,
I don't know, I think it's really, really pretty. So imagine, and then once I
block it
and stretch out all the lace work,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be so nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be stunning.
Right?
Yeah.
I am completely in awe about this. Like, this is one of the things that if I had seen
So based on
years ago, I would never in a million years.
Yeah, you can no longer say you could have no longer said this a long time ago, but you still do, is that you're a new knitter. You can't say that you're a new knitter.
Well,
it's done. It's over. You're a knitter. Just stop.
All right, I'm a knitter. I'm a knitter, baby. So I can't wait. I don't know. I'm really proud of this. I think it's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous that I probably will bring it to Rhinebeck and wear it as a shawl or something.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I don't know. I'll bring it to, whatever. I absolutely love it. It's gonna hang out on the couch with me. And then I don't know. I'm really proud of it anyway.
You should be.
Thanks, Kev. I really appreciate that. So it's like a little lap blanket. I think the end, I didn't do a gauge swatch, so I don't really know what my gauge is. But it's supposed to be about 50 inches by 50 inches.
Okay.
But blocking it out, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Nice.
It's rustic, but it's very squishy.
Based on even the stone soup, like it's rustic, but once you block it,
I have no idea how this yarn's going
I think it will soften up quite a bit.
And it's all natural colors. There's no dye, so I don't have any risk of bleeding.
And that's the beauty about Bare Naked Wools. All of their yarn is natural. None of it is
naked,
dyed.
yo.
So, and this
you found it.
I found it. So this, I'm actually quite nervous. I think this is my last skein, and I still have 2 sleeves to do. I think I'll be okay.
I think you will as well.
But, so this is, so it's 80% wool, which is a blend of Rambouillet, Columbia, Lincoln, Churro, 15% alpaca and llama, and a 5% combination of tencel, bamboo, silk, and bison. I'm just gonna bring this down.
Stone soup.
Stone soup. So that was that. What I was laughing at was we didn't talk about our last 2 weeks.
No?
No.
We didn't.
No, we skipped over that. So we'll do a quick what has happened over the last 2 weeks.
What happened was...
backwards, because it's easier for us to remember, is
What about the people that fast forward through that and they don't want to sit through our 2 weeks, and now we're smack dab in the middle of our knitting?
I got my car back on Thursday. There's still 2 things that need to be fixed. One is the interior headliner needs to be replaced, but that won't come in.
I am a headliner. Where's that from?
That's Sister Act 2.
Yes. Good job.
Back in the habit.
I am not, nor have I ever been, a Las Vegas showgirl. I am a headliner.
I love that.
I probably got it wrong, but
pretty close.
Pretty close.
So the headliner needs to be replaced, and the dash or the screen in it, when I got the car, it came installed with a bunch of apps like for podcasts and Apple CarPlay, Android CarPlay, all that stuff, and those are missing. So I'm waiting to hear back from them on how to get that fixed. But yeah, so we got the car back. We talked about the newsletter already.
Yeah.
And then last weekend, it was our nephew's 13th birthday. So we went over to my brother and sister-in-law's house and, just had some cake and some drinks and hung out on their deck for a couple hours.
It was really nice.
I
was hungover the next day and we didn't even drink a lot. Wasn't I nauseous?
No, no, I don't think. Yes, you were. And then I think that.
Our shower.
Oh my gosh, guys. So our shower debacle after the last podcast. So that was 2 weeks ago on Saturday. On Sunday, we've been having an issue with the handle in the shower, where the water wasn't shutting off completely. There was a constant drip. You couldn't push the handle further. So we were like, okay.
And every time you turned on the sink or flushed the toilet, it would drip more in the shower, which was so bizarre.
We thought that had to do with when we had our dishwasher replaced. That's kind of somewhere around the time or after that is when we started noticing that happening.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, let's get this fixed. We'll just replace the handle and call it a day. That did not work out. The handle was stuck. It snapped off.
That was the day after your brother's thing, because that's where I remember I was feeling so bad.
Yes, that's right. It was
nauseous and tired, and
because I asked him
maybe I was getting sick because I didn't really drink a lot.
I asked him that night. I was like, "How easy in it?" And he was like, "Oh, you just need this." But you're right. So that was actually 2 weeks ago. We went to my brother's, and then we went to Home Depot twice together. I went back to Home Depot a third time. I went to Lowe's. I finally bought something that I thought was going to work, and I opened it up in the car, and I'm like, oh, sweet baby Jesus, this isn't going to work. And on my way home, though, I figured it out. And
you had a light bulb.
Yeah, it just went off. I did my troubleshooting in my head, and we replaced it. It literally took hours, though. We did that from pretty much 10 in the morning until 3 or 4 at night. So it was an entire day's work.
Because how would you know? You would just think you just take the handle off and put on a new handle.
Nope.
There's
a lot of
weird connections in the back. There's it was just, and not everything is created equal.
No, the thing that I now know is that each brand of shower faucet head and the spout, the valve for your shower handle, it changes the type depending on the brand, whether it's a Moen or a whatever, or blah, blah, blah. So you actually have to know the brand of the valve in order to know the brand of the replacement handle that you need. So
you can't just you could if you had you know, a torch and soldering equipment, you could change all that out. But you can't just go easily from, like you said, a Moen to...
it was a nightmare. But it works.
It does.
Well. It's very nice. We didn't realize how bad the handle was beforehand because we have much more control over our temperature.
Yeah.
So, yes. So, I did the...
good job.
Plumbing.
You did. You did really, really well.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, back to whips. So my last whip is living in my Fancy Boy Designs bag with a sloth.
Love it.
Yoga sloth. And this is
I wonder if Slothy Sally wants to get with your yogas. I mean, your sloths.
This is the at Dawn Shawl by Hohi. I have not made a ton of progress on this, to be honest with you guys.
I know.
And I think it's just because, number one, I've been focusing on the sweater.
Yeah, which is great.
2, I've been dyeing a lot of yarn.
Yeah.
And 3, I actually need to skein up some more yarn. So this is at Dawn. It's a really beautiful triangular shaped shawl. Here's kind of the
It almost reminds me of like a paper airplane.
Yeah, the shape of it.
Yeah.
So I'm using mYak. These are my 2 colors. This is in their silk yak base. So it is 50% baby yak, 50% silk. And the colors are turquoise and Savitri.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm at so far. So this one, compared to Pure Joy, which we'll talk about too, this is the opposite of Pure Joy. Pure Joy, you start off with a few stitches and it grows, right? This one, it starts off with a ton of stitches and then your short rows make it smaller. There are some increases as well. So this is the short row side. So this is what I'm not knitting now. And then this is the increase size. So a beautiful just garter stitch
Once
shawl.
you get to that point, it's gonna fly. You know, with the decreasing ones.
And I need to wind up some more yarn because this is all I have left of my first skein. So I just need to wind some up this weekend. And I'm using my Progress Keeper from our collab with the Les Garçons Boys, which Les
Mystery
Garçons,
Podcasters.
the Mystery Podcaster
That
box.
one's mine, the coffee cup.
Oh no, I'm not using the coffee cup. I'm using the book.
Oh,
See?
I do see that.
So yeah, I don't know. Is that oh no. I was gonna say, is that really where I was last time?
I didn't mark where I was.
I'm using this to keep track of the row that I need to do my increase on.
Oh.
So I'm moving that up. Which actually I probably should use the light bulb stitch marker and actually use that as a progress keeper. So maybe I'll do that. This is knit on a US 2.5 or 3 millimeter circular needle. So it's actually on a much smaller needle than I typically knit shawls on. So that's a little bit of a difference for me too. And if you're using not mYak yarn, you're using 100 gram skeins, you need 2 skeins of yarn. They need to be about 440 yards each. So that is my at Dawn shawl.
Wonderful.
And that's all the things I've knit on this week, or last 2 weeks rather. Well, there was something else I've been taking back because I messed up, but.
Yeah, but I'm glad that that's going to start going back into your rotation because I think
Well,
you're going to really
I still have to think back more until I find the mistake.
That's all right. Okay, my project for our summer knit along with mYak and Joji Locatelli is the Pure Joy. This will be my second one. This is living in the chip basket that I was telling you all about from fiberhustle.com.
I really love that size. I'm bummed I didn't
It's
buy
a good
that.
size.
I'm upset I didn't buy that
We'll
size.
buy one.
I know.
Okay. I love this one. So the prototype I showed you did not have the snap, but I like that there's a snap.
The snap on
I think
it.
it's very, very, it's very smart. I do think it's very smart. You know what would be fun? If you can attach them to the sides.
That would be amazing. I don't know if that would be possible.
I don't know either.
Like, I feel like there would have to be 2 snaps on each side.
True.
One where you could, but I think that would be fantastic.
That would be
actually.
really cool.
Yeah, or even on the inside or something, you know?
Yeah. Huh.
That's smart.
Yeah. All right. So I am also using mYak, and oh, you know what? I had them in here. I didn't want to get them tangled up, so I have some extra skeins still not caked up. So what I'm using, same base. It's such a nice base. It's super soft. So my colors are Shonda. It's a really pretty like bluish gray. And then I'm using Dakini, which is like an orangey corally color.
Yeah, it's like corally orange.
It's leaning more towards orange in this lighting.
So, you know what?
Which is interesting.
Did you go back and watch the last episode? Did you think our lighting was weird if you watched it?
I didn't.
You didn't watch it?
Nope.
Okay. Because I remember saying that
sometimes, usually I do go back and watch them just to make sure everything looks okay, but I've been busy. You know?
You know? I think I threw it on the TV just to see, and I don't remember.
I feel like the lighting on the TV is always different than...
The quality's different on the TV.
Yeah. All right, so what I ended up doing, so I didn't have to change colors or change skeins as much as Kevin did, I mentioned this last time, is that I wet felted them together.
But you had that issue where you wet felted it, remember?
I had to redo, I came across one section that wasn't fully felted together, but that was it. So like I've already probably gone through 3.
You think so?
2 or 3, yeah. Yeah. So because of 25-gram skeins.
Right.
So, so far so good. And here's my progress. I didn't put a stitch marker in here.
You were only on like your second wedge last time.
Was I?
Yeah, because we had cast it on the couple days before the Zoom.
We did?
Yes.
All right, so this is what I have so far. Look how drapey this is. Honestly, I wish you can all feel this yarn.
I can't wait to feel it blocked.
It is absolutely stunning. So this is just marking my my front side of the shawl, but I feel like I've got 2 more wedges to go, and then the solid color.
And I think it was such a good choice to do the gray.
Yeah, me too.
And then do the yarn over.
We were debating
having this on the end to pop is going to be beautiful.
Me too. So yeah, so this is what we have. This is what I've got so far. It's really so easy. It really is, and it does get like therapeutic / mindless. Like it's definitely a TV knit.
This is the one of the shawls that I always recommend for beginner knitters if you want to knit a shawl. I think it's just such an easy shawl. Like you just need to know what knit, yarn over, knit front and back,
and a wrap stitch.
Yeah.
But the wrap stitch, like she's got links in the patterns to videos, and her explanations are really easy. So I don't, my last wrap stitch is somewhere over here, which you can usually see most of the time. So here's my wrap stitch here. Not that you can probably see that, but there's usually a gap there.
Yeah.
And I know that this is going to be a yarn over. So what I just need to do is just knit until I get to that wrap stitch, knit the stitch, knit the number that she recommends, wrap and turn, and go back the other way.
So when I knit that, what I do is when I get to that and I knit the stitch, right, you have to go a certain number after.
Yeah, but then you're just wrapping again and going back. You don't need to mark anything.
I think I did.
You don't need to.
Just to, oh, maybe I did.
Because on this, you don't have to. If you're doing like your increases, like I feel like a decreased short row, like when you're decreasing short rows, you should mark it there, because typically you knit to like X number of stitches before the wrapped stitch.
Right.
So that will help you so you don't knit past that.
Yes,
when you're knitting to the wrap stitch and then you're knitting past that, like you don't need to mark it, because it's easy to see when you get there. So yeah, look at that. Cute. I again, the yarn it's so squishy and drapey.
It's going to be beautiful once it's blocked.
I can't wait.
I mean, it's beautiful now, but I always get amazed at how blocking,
it's like magical,
completely changes a project.
Yeah.
It opens it up, it softens the yarn, and part of that's just,
it turns it into a one item almost,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like putting finishing salt on a steak.
Oh, that is the best.
Right?
What are we doing for food today?
I don't know yet. I haven't figured that out.
I think we just need to order out.
Oh, God. Here we go. Okay. So that's all the knitting
I think
content.
that's all the nitty gritty content. Yeah.
So now we're going to go into some yarn dyeing, guys. And all of this, with the exception of like 3 colors, I just need to take pictures today, are in the shop currently, but they all should be in the shop by the time this goes up. So
remember, it's needlesattheready.com.
It's all in here.
We went to Target.
All right. So I've been having a lot of fun doing tonals. So first up, Ray named this one this morning. This one is called Perky Petals. So it's like it's definitely a tonal, and it's leans like a salmon color, so that orangey peachy.
Mm-hmm. But I love the tonality in that one because it reminded me of like a pretty like tulip or rose petal. You know, it's got the different layers of colors. I thought it was really pretty.
So this is on 100% superwash fingering weight. It's a 2-ply. This one is called Twilight Swamp. So it's blue, and like that chartreuse color is in here. I actually only made this because I needed to use up this dye stock, the blue. So I was like, oh, let's just mix the chartreuse color and use it. So this is on these...
That's really fun. I wonder how that's going to knit up.
This is on 75/25 DK sock.
Oh, it's DK.
Yeah, this is
Good.
DK.
Yeah.
I also have rhubarb in both. This is the DK sock.
I love the rhubarb.
Yeah, thank you.
I really
Hold that,
do.
please.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And
I love it. Look at that pink in there.
and then it's also on 75/25 fingering.
Yeah. Really, really pretty. Hey, it's very consistent. Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, I've dyed that quite a bit.
I know. It's a very popular colorway.
It is.
And I see why. Like, it's really pretty.
So this is a single brew. This is called Sage. It is on the 100% superwash 4-ply fingering.
And our single brews are one of a kind, so they're not repeatable.
This is Orange Sherbet. Did you know that? It's not Bert, B-E-R-T, it's B-E-T, is the correct spelling of it.
Mm-hmm.
So why do we call it Sherbet?
I don't know.
I don't think that's the correct way to say it. But yes, Orange Sherbet.
She's such a jerk. Somebody please buy this so we never have to say that again.
Here's another single brew.
Did you say that was 100% superwash?
Yeah, 4-ply. Both the Sage,
Fingering.
These two are both on the fingering 4-ply.
Those are pretty together.
This is called Moody. It's a single brew. This has like salmon and orange, but gray and then purple. There's some dark greens. Like this has every color I feel like you can think of. Oops.
Good job. That's nice though. It's like soft. It feels soft to me.
Then we have Wild Orchid, which is another tonal.
Ooh,
This is
yeah.
on 80/20 fingering weight. So just a really nice pink.
Look at you in the pinks.
This is Winter Steel.
Yeah, this is a really good
beautiful
one.
gray, like a blue gray.
I would love to make a sweater out of this.
This is on 100% 2-ply fingering.
Are you getting rid of that base, or is that the one you're keeping?
I might get rid of the 100% 2-ply.
Yeah.
And go with the 100% floor. So just because I like this, to me, has a bit of a shine to it.
Yeah.
And it's more tightly spun being 4-ply.
Sure.
I really love the way it takes color. I love this
Seems
one.
rounder too.
But yeah, because
yeah,
anything that's more than a 2-ply is always going to be rounder because it's twisted tighter. I will keep the 80/20 as a 2-ply because it's a little bit lighter.
Oh,
you know?
sure, yeah.
So
for the socks or
so I have one 2-ply and I'll have some 4-plies. I have to look at that. All right, let's see. So also these are some ones. This is Fancy Flannel on 75/25. Yes.
It's so funny how this came to be, this colorway, and now it gets pretty popular. Look how pretty. I was gonna say how cute, but it's pretty.
So this is interesting.
Could be cute.
I have 2 versions of this, and I hope it comes across. This is Asteroid Belt. This is the actual color. So it's a very light tan, and it has speckles of brown and oranges and like gray. There's sometimes maybe a yellow or a blue in it. This is it as well, but this is a single brew because it's much darker. I measured incorrectly when I was doing the speckles, so hopefully, like you can see here,
It's just more
there's
saturated.
difference.
It looks like, yeah.
So we have it regular, single brew, both on 75-25. And then speaking of single brew, this was supposed to be frozen grasshopper. It is the single brew of it. It is much more saturated than...
This is actually, like,
I know.
It's stunning.
It's actually quite nice. I almost like it better than the other one. So
this might be frozen grasshopper redo or something.
It may be like a version 2, but so we have this as well. It has a chocolatey brown. You have a very light green and almost like a dark sagey blue green in there. It
almost reminds me of like the style of this and like how you're doing it as like peppermint bark.
No, you know what this one reminds me of? It reminds me of Thin Mints instead of the
the colors. Yeah, Thin Mints.
Okay,
that's smart.
So
here, I think I prefer this one.
This is on the 100% 2-ply. This is red wine.
Red wine.
It's a purpley red color, so I hope it comes across well.
It's coming across more like a... Oh no, that's about right.
Yeah, it's red,
it's a little bit
but
more
it
purpley
has
on this end.
Some purple undertones to it.
Undertones is for sure can't be mistaken for purple.
This is Cool Mint on 100% superwash 2-ply.
That's coming across a little bit more blue.
Yeah, it's at least to us. I think it's because of the overhead light. It changes like our vision.
Shut the overhead light off.
No, thank you though. So this is a very blue green, very tonal as well. And then the next two, the last two, let's talk about this. So this was the inspiration photo for the first one I'm going to show. So it's like, oh, let's see if I could make a colorway using those 5 colors. And we got...
Kevin, it's so stunning.
So this is...
Hold up the card too.
I think I kind of got it.
I think you did well.
Right?
Yeah, and I love the name. Tell them what the name is.
So the name of this is Florals for Spring. Groundbreaking. It is a quote from a movie.
We've had a lot of movie quotes.
Let us know if you know what movie that is. But
you did great.
I actually, dyeing this up, I was like, ooh, I don't like it. And then drying, I was like, oh, it's okay. And then I scanned up, I was like, oh, this is beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It really is gorgeous.
So
this is on the site?
You have, no, this is the one I have to take a picture of. Actually, I forgot to bring a color up. Crap.
What'd you forget?
The orange downstairs. So this
has... Is it stained up already?
Yeah. Has some green, has a very, very light blue, like a magenta pink, and 2 different shades of purple. And I love the light blue so much that I decided to dye that. And this is one of my favorites. It is just, it's this lightest blue that I've ever done. It can sometimes look like it's a light blue gray. I just think this is beautiful. And this is going to be called Ghost Water. This is also on the 80-20. And then the last one, this is the hardest to take a picture of, but I freaking love this color.
I do too.
It is a very...
it's coming across well.
I don't know if it's coming across red or orange. It's orange. So this is going to be called Flame On. But I adore this color. So I think that these two...
Can I see it again?
Yeah. Like these two would pair...
Yeah, there it is. See, it's orange.
Yeah, and these two would pair really well together because this blue's in here.
Yeah. This is probably one of my favorite colors.
This is one of my favorites.
And I know it's so pale but...
It almost looks...
It's really good.
I love
it's
this
icy
color.
For sure.
I love this color.
Yeah, you did a really great job.
And this one too, like I adore this one. This one was, when I did the test skein, I was like, okay, let's see. Yeah. Let's see if I could repeat it. And I could. I was so thrilled with it. I just think it's such a good, vibrant orange. Like, it definitely leans orangey red, but I just think it's so good.
Yeah.
Not to like pat myself on my...
I'll pat you on the back. I think you did a really good job.
Thank you. So I've just been having so much fun actually doing tonals lately and trying to come up with colors. So,
and I think that that's fun. You know, like it's all small batches, so you don't have large
Like-
quantities of all of this yarn, but
Yeah.
like you're having fun, and I think you're giving yourself more of a creative outlet, you know,
Yeah.
to try all these different things instead of just trying to stay
in my box.
in one little box. I think it's really
But
fun.
It's fun to...
It's how you grow, you know?
Now that I have like a ton of colors too, like my colors are expanding, and then
Yeah.
it's going to be really fun when I have a bunch of tonals that I can use to make colorways, where then you might have a tonal and a variegated that will work well together.
Yeah.
Like that's really what I'm excited about. And I was like, this one, I don't know, this one just blows
I
my
know.
mind.
I really thought it was great.
I think it's so good.
Yeah.
I again, not to toot my own horn, but
Toot toot.
I really feel like it captured this picture incredibly well. So yeah, so that's that. So that is all in the shop, or will be, hopefully by the time this airs.
Well, it should be.
All right, so
You
next
got work to do.
I know, no, I just need pictures of them. Everything's skeined up, everything's printed, all the bands are done. I just need pictures. So if lighting works well for me today, the hardest one's going to be to get the flame on one. That orange and reds are so hard to capture the color properly.
Yeah.
So, like, I have flame on pictures taken, but I looked at one, I was like, I don't know if this is it. Like, I can't tell. So
I can take a look at them too.
next up is Owl Post.
I will post.
So Owl Post, for those who don't know, is this community is just super generous, and we are sent things sometimes to share with you all or for us, and
that we love to share, and
we get to share with you guys.
Yeah.
So maybe you find new patterns or new yarn dyers, or maybe you see a color that you're going to love and purchase. So we were very fortunate this time, like super fortunate. So first up, I'm actually really thrilled about this. We have seen this yarn quite a bit. So number one, I see it from Modern Skein. I know Modern Skein in Texas carries this yarn line, and I've seen it quite a bit on Knitistry Nerds, and one of these colors was on Knitistry Nerds, and I'm so thrilled that it was sent to me, because I probably would have stolen it if it was sent to you. So we got a very nice shipment from Red Stag Fibers. These tonals are ridiculously good.
ridiculous.
This is, so we have a couple different bases here.
Ridiculous thoughts.
So this one here, the green, is on the Cottage Sock, which is 75/25. It's 463 yards, and this colorway is called Gloss, Glas, and it's freaking stunning.
It's beautiful.
This one is the one I was super thrilled when I opened it and saw this. I was like, oh, yes. This is antique leather.
It's really nice.
This is on the Dachis sock, which is 70%
Dachis,
70% superwash merino, 20% mYak, and 10% nylon. And I just love this color, and I'm really excited to work with the base. And this has a little progress keeper or stitch marker, and then it also came with a enamel pin.
So my colors that he sent, this is a male dyer, which is perfect. If you're interested, we'll have their shop link down below. If you're interested in getting some yarn and maybe doing a project for Let's Hear It from the Boys. And this is Her Majesty's Navy, which is a beautiful navy. It's on the Cottage Sock, like Kevin said, 75/25, superwash merino and nylon. It's 463 yards. It's a really beautiful deep navy color. This is Cobblestone on that Dachis base, 70% superwash merino, 20% mYak, and 10% nylon. I was just thinking this would probably make another really pretty Pure Joy.
Yeah.
Or a dotted raise, similar, like using the a second, one of the colors as a thing, and then maybe even striping it, or I don't know. I want to use these as like very, very soon. They're very pretty.
That
was so nice.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
There was a beautiful color too called Antique.
Look at the
linen.
The logo too.
I know the logo's adorable.
Yeah, and I've already put our pin. I'm gonna see if I can take a picture of that. We got a little pin board.
Well, you stole this idea from Max and Vincent.
I did. So what? Oh,
I stole an idea from Max.
But we have a little pin board where we keep all of our enamel pins, and then that's my $10 when we go back to Montreal.
What's the other color I saw yesterday?
My point is my red stag fiber pin is on there.
I was watching, so Modern Skein, she does a lot of Instagram lives, and she was doing one yesterday, and she was showing a lot of red stag colors, and there's one like that's called Antique Linen. I think it's Antique Linen, or it's a light, like creamy color. It's just really beautiful. I think his tonals are really great, and this is definitely one of my favorite colors that I've seen. Like
for sure,
seeing it from Modern Skein and then Knitistry Nerds on YouTube, I've coveted this color. So I was so
good word
excited when I opened the package and saw that.
Coveted.
Right there. I don't see it there, but I mean, just beautiful colors.
Sorry, I just got distracted. I was just looking at
Greg, look at this
on
one.
his Instagram.
That teal is gorgeous.
Jewel of the King.
Good job. So check out
Red Stag Fibers.
Red Stag
They're
Fibers
out of Texas.
and also I know Modern Skein carries Red Stag Fiber, so check out Modern Skein as well. Yeah. Maybe one day we'll make it to Texas because I would love to see that shop and
Me
go
too.
to like a fiber festival down there.
Or maybe we can meet Josh.
We could.
He's a dyer, by the way. Did we say that?
I don't think we said his name.
Josh. Hi, Josh. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Josh. So next up, we received a very lovely package from Ginger Snap, from Kim and Colin. Oh, these are cute. I need another pair. So this is a new base.
You need another pair of what?
Stitch stoppers, because I can't find my stupid thing. My green thingamajigger, which has my stitch stop. My other.
We have a ton of.
You keep them to
and you know
yourself.
why? Because mine are organized, and I know exactly where all of my knitting accoutrement is.
I'm sorry, I'm losing hearing in this.
Yeah.
I didn't
well, you know
hear
what?
Anything you said. So, this is a new base, right, for Ginger Snap.
Yes, it is a new base from Ginger Snap. It's called their Mighty Marled Fingering Base. She said we're the first to get them, and we're sharing them here. Hopefully they're released, but if not, follow Ginger Snap that on Instagram, or we'll have Ginger Snap's, like I said,
Etsy shop down below. So this is the Lumberjack
I
Sock
am
Set
dead.
Peapod 2. So you get, this is like a marled yarn, right? So it's marled. The sock, and then you get one marled mini and one solid or tonal mini. And they were lovely and sent a little stitch stoppers.
You did not have to do that.
So thank you. And show yours, please. Wait, did I say the color? Oh, mine's Lumberjack.
Yeah. No, I think Lumberjack Sock Set.
And mine is Peapod, is the colorway.
Yeah, mine is Kai. Kai. You ready?
That's, I mean, both
the
of these are
blue's
beautiful.
in there.
The blue's such a good blue, and being with the black in it, it gives it different dimension. Depending. Same thing with the green. Like, there's so much dimension in the colors, like so much variation. It's really, really beautiful.
So, this is going to be my next pair of socks. I want to see what this looks like because I am so excited. So this is going to be my next pair of socks. It'll be just plain vanilla socks because I think with the marled, it's going to add that.
And I feel like this mini needs to be, would you say the toe or the heel? You know, like... So,
I would say the heel. So like...
So the marled would be the heel and then the toe and cuff would be the black?
All right, actually... I don't know.
I know.
I don't know.
That's what I have to figure out in my head.
I think a solid for the cuff
I feel like solid for cuff and toe and marled for the heel.
Yeah. Do you think it's enough for cuff and what? You know what? Screw it. Stripe it. I'll stripe my cuff.
No, I won't. I don't want that. The ends and then the color changing. Nope. No, thank you. No, ma'am.
Then I'm gonna color block it. I think I'll do that. I think I'll start with the solid, go into this, and then go into the, or vice versa. Start with this and then do this and then go into this.
Maybe.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway, thank you guys so much. That was incredible. And guess what? I got the fire ones too.
Oh, yay.
Yay. So I'm no longer jealous of our winner because now I have my own. I absolutely love these.
Yeah.
Stitch stoppers, I absolutely love them. Like Kim and Colin did a great job procuring all of these awesome stitch stoppers. I have one on every project now. So this will be very exciting. Thank you.
I hope we can talk about this.
Me too. They didn't say we couldn't.
No. All right. Should we?
Want to wait one more week just to see?
Yeah.
Does it say when it's going to be released?
August 1st.
Let's do one more week. So there is. All we will say is, follow and check out Jimmy Bean's Wool if you don't already. They have a new yarn line coming out, and they were gracious enough to send us a couple of skeins of it. And all I can say is, they're lovely.
And it's incredibly affordable.
Affordable, sustainable.
So
really going to be a great product.
We'll leave that till next time.
Yeah, we'll leave that till
All
next
right.
time. There's your appetizer. So follow Jimmy Bean's New Wools, and then the next podcast we'll talk about what we got, because they didn't give us really direction if we can show them or not.
I know. I'll reach out. All right, so we have one last thing each, right?
Yeah.
So this was
I could've
very
cried.
generous. And
I really could have cried.
unexpected. We were very lucky to receive a beautiful Hohi bucket.
What?
So yeah, this is the Pampa bucket.
Yeah.
So it's
This is amazing.
yeah, it's very obviously well made, super beautiful. I have like a chocolatey brown one, and you have a very nice, almost baby blue.
It's a baby blue. I'm calling it baby blue.
Yeah.
Now we can use these. So Hohi sent us these bags as, part of, hosting the knit along and with mYak and being just so generous with this. I'm sure these, Hohi and Co don't need any introduction. But we have Hohi and Co linked down below. It's a separate site for just, her bags and things like that. There's a ton of different kinds. I love that, it's all locally made, handmade. It's bags, for makers, by makers. It's such a high quality.
Yeah, it's stunning.
Honestly, it's such a high quality. This is super thick. And for what you're getting, honestly, like they are pricier, but they're affordable considering the quality that you're getting of the.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Because I was looking at them and how much these cost versus how much like some of her other bags cost, and it's I think we spend that on. We do spend that on bags if we can. You know what I mean? Like
right.
We're lucky enough where we're able to do that.
Correct.
So of course, affordability is definitely what's the word? Depending on it's not suspect. Subjective. Maybe. It's not the word I'm looking for.
Okay. Well,
somebody's gonna correct me. Anyway.
No.
But thank you so much. That was really, really, really so sweet.
And they're beautiful.
And they smell really good.
Yeah. And then last up is some break in the bank.
Yes.
My actual break in the bank came from Barnes & Noble.
I actually did not break any bank. These were just, the bank was already previously broken.
Yeah,
these were just a delayed.
So, that's it. What you have there?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it, buddy boy.
I'm going to go, mine's not.
Pal.
2 of mine are yarn related, and then like 3 of them are not. So, because I have access to a car again, well, I did, but in order for me to have a car for the last 7 weeks, I had to take Ray to work and then pick him up from work. So I took full advantage of having my car back yesterday. I went and like ran to the post office, UPS, but then I went to Joann and didn't buy anything there because they didn't have what I was looking for.
I bet I would have bought some stuff.
You would have, but they didn't have what I was looking for. But our Joann...
Did you buy me the glue that I had asked you for?
No, I totally forgot until you just showed the sloth. But I do need to order from Amazon soon, so we can order from there. But our Joann and Barnes & Noble are in the same shopping plaza, so I stopped by there. My actual reason for stopping by there was to get the hardcover version of Wolf Song by TJ Klune. So what I'm going to do, I've decided, is as the hardcovers come out, so this is what they're all going to look like, I'm going to dye a colorway based off each hardcover.
Oh, I love it.
And I'll pick...
They're really good. Look at the colors in there, actually.
I know.
That would be really fun.
So I'm going to, yeah.
Like, look at the colors, like, of the flowers. Like, it's such a muted scene up here, but then it's, like, bright flowers and stuff down there.
And I love this series.
Me too.
It is...
I wish I could read it again for the first time. You ever feel like that?
I would love to read this again for the first time.
I know, but
especially this one.
Yeah.
If I could read Wolf Song again for the first time, every time I read it, I would be really happy.
I know.
So it is a male romance, paranormal. Wolves are in it. And
Shifters, werewolves.
I just adore this series. I adore this book.
For me, I mean, you all, if you've been watching for a while, you know I had a complete meltdown on the podcast when I was talking about this book. I had everything that I wanted. I laughed, I cried.
Obviously, it's not for everybody, but I love this.
There are some naughty bits in there.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Other non-knitting related, I saw this on Book Talk. So, The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne.
It's a cool looking dragon.
Yeah. I saw the dragon and the person there, see?
No, but look how big that dragon is.
I know, the dragon compared to the person.
Oh my gosh, that person's a Tic Tac.
So, this is a trilogy, I think. So, just pick this up. And then I picked up the Heartstopper set. Max recommended it, so it was on the table, so I grabbed it.
Boy meets boy, boys become friends, boys fall in love.
It is a graphic novel, so like,
oh, that's cute,
right? So it's a graphic novel. So I read this one already yesterday.
In a minute.
In like 45 minutes, maybe an hour. All right, and now the last two are knitting related.
I haven't seen these.
So I purchased Knitting from Fair Isle. This is by Maddie Ventrilian. So this has 15
Contemporary
marriage.
Marriage is what keeps us together today.
15 contemporary designs inspired by tradition. So I want to say the reason I purchased this one, if I'm not mistaken, was in the back. There is a cowl pattern.
Look at the stunning. What is that?
All right, first here's a fisherman's
Holy
sweater.
criminy!
See, right, fisherman's sweater.
Look at the colors on that.
I know.
That is intricate. Are those
This
suspenders?
a lot of it, from what I could tell, is Jamieson's of Shetland. Is the yarn that's used.
So one of the yarns in my Hap shawl is a Jamieson.
This is it. The neck warmer. I saw that and I was like, oh, that's really pretty. Let's buy the book.
May I see?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Right? So that is Jamieson's of Shetland. They're Spindrift, so it's a sport weight. Yeah, there's mitts in here. Another sweater.
Look at all of that color work. Holy cow.
I just thought it was a good little color work book.
Yeah.
Even just for the charts.
Mm-hmm.
I always find it really fascinating.
That's cool.
Oh, that's really pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at this round scarf. So I think this was just a really nice, lovely book. And then this one is
Knitting
called
from Fair Isle.
The Nordic Knitting Primer by Kristen Drysdale.
That name sounds really familiar.
She's the creator of Scandiwork. In this one, I actually thought that's a beautiful sweater.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
This one also has a cowl pattern in it, which is in a hat. But where was the... Oh, I saw this sweater, which I think is beautiful.
Yeah.
And
that looks like a...
That's called the Magnus Pullover. Let's just see. Is this also... it's actually Brooklyn Tweed Shelter.
I was going to say, is that worsted weight?
And you know what? I was watching...
That is going to knit up really quick.
Who the heck? Oh, so here's a good episode, actually, to watch of another podcast. So we have had the pleasure of meeting Corey from RayJKnits.
Yes.
And we also got to meet Matt, who is...
That was our first year at First Rhinebeck, right? We met him? Because didn't we hang out with Matt and
Amber from Yarn Hoarder? So we met all three of them at our first...
Yeah, because we were hanging out with Justin and Caleb at the same time, right?
Correct.
Like as we were like by the exit.
Yes. So Corey is a designer, and she has a podcast, RayJKnits. She's a teacher as well. Yes, that's from Corey there. Yeah. But periodically on her YouTube channel, she will have her friend Matt on it, and he is a fantastic knitter. Ugh. So he knits Timberline by Brooklyn Tweed. It is on my list. Stunning cardigan. But Brooklyn Tweed is a lovely yarn, but Brooklyn Tweed is quite expensive comparatively. It is...
If you were to do the whole sweater in Brooklyn Tweed.
I want to actually just... Is this Shelter? Where the hell is this Shelter?
You have a whole bag of Brooklyn Tweed.
I know.
I'm just saying, no judgment. I'm just saying that's where a lot
So let's just say, I think it runs about $16, $17 for 50 grams. What Matt did on his Timberline, and I think this would be a good substitute for something like this sweater that uses Brooklyn Tweed, is he used Lucky Tweed by Kelborn Woolens. So it is also a worsted spun. And this is the colorway Fog, which is beautiful. So this is a worsted weight. I believe it's worsted spun. It looks it because it's 2-ply. And I believe a skein of this is $22 compared to Brooklyn Tweeds, which would be about somewhere 32 to 34 for 100 grams. So if it's like Brooklyn Tweed's not in your budget, I think this would be a really great replacement yarn.
While we're talking about it, that was Timberline, right?
Yeah, Timberline, and then this was the other reason I saw this. There's another cowl pattern in here called Sonder. Let me see. So here's an image of it. So just thought, again, another just really simple color work design. So, and there's one in the back too, I think.
I'm not going to link any of those patterns from the book.
No, we'll just mention the book. There's a pillow. Some mitts. Those are pretty. Some Selbu mittens.
This is the fun part of having books. We may not
slippers
ever knit. You know, I don't want to throw this out there into the universe, but I believe one of our friends, had mentioned it might be a fun idea to do a knit along with using a pattern of one of the books in our libraries, because we all have these books. I don't want to throw their name out there because I don't want them to feel
I know who it is.
Pressured. So but I think that would be really fun because we probably all have books.
Here's a really nice hat too
that we maybe have never knit a pattern on.
So that was my Barnes & Noble book haul.
Great.
All right, so last up is Real Breaking the Bank. These are 2 clubs. One is Woolens and Nosh, The other is Le Garçon's Mysterious Tropical.
Yep. So the card is right there.
Tropics, Mysterious Tropics. So if you have not received yours and you are in either of these clubs, please look away in 3, 2, 1. So this is Woolens and Ash.
The latest Woolens and Ash.
This is called I Read Banned Books. This is on her Targhee base. It is 90% superwash Targhee, 10% nylon. You get about 411 yards in this. And this is beautiful, like yellows and pinks. Beautiful base.
Beautiful.
This is yours.
I know, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have to do some socks. So this will be the pair. No. I don't know. I have to go. I have to think. My ginger snap are going to be my next socks.
Here is actually a really good option for self-striping, and it can enter you in a knit along. Our friend Carrie, who is the Creative Obsession on YouTube, and Michelle from Naughty Knitwits did an episode on
really
Carrie's
good.
YouTube channel a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. But they decided to do a knit along. And it is for a cowl that
No, it's right there.
no, that wasn't it. Because that's not what she is on Instagram. A cowl that uses self-striping yarn. So it is called the Knit Chat Cowl.
The Knit Chat Cowl.
Yeah, so again, it uses one skein, it looks like, of fingering weight self-striping yarn. It was actually knit with Woolens and Nash's base.
Knit Chat Cowl.
So here is
It's cute.
the pattern. It's like bandana style, it looks like. So I think that would be a really good option to use some of your fingering weight self-striping yarn if you don't want to knit socks with it. So I think I'm going to do one out of last month's club colorway, which was like
I love that
very
colorway.
something.
Yeah, you were gonna gift that to somebody, I think.
Maybe. All right, and that is all the break in the bank and all of the happy mail. Or I'll
Wait,
post...
did we actually show this?
No. And we can, because they showed it.
They did show it. That's
Okay.
why I wanted to make sure.
Yes, I'm sorry. And then last up was the Le Garçon Mystery Tropics Club.
It's a flamingo this time, guys. Look with the palm tree progress keeper. Beautiful tonal pink with some speckles in there.
Yeah, just like
Look
this
at
brown
that.
speckle to kind of
Ooh.
capture the beak is what the boys said.
So this is perfect. The mini is Sandy Beach. Some tonal in there too. And then Mysterious Flamingo is the main color. You can really see the speckles there. Oh, it's so good. You know, Vincent doesn't do many speckles, but when he does them so well.
Yeah, they're very lightly speckled.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
they're
overly
like
done.
so contained.
Yeah.
Like it's difficult to have the dark speckles, so because sometimes they break. You know, the dye breaks a little bit, but his are really, really good.
It depends on the application.
Yeah.
How you apply it.
And then this is the cute pin. It's gold plated.
And then the sticker.
I think it's gold plated. Or is that
It's
a
like
rose
rose
gold?
gold,
Rose
yeah.
gold.
Yeah.
Look at the frog in the background, waiting for his time in the sun.
I know.
Because we don't have the frog yet, right?
No, this is the first month.
Wrong.
No, I'm correct. You are wrong in thinking I'm wrong.
No, it's okay. We can agree to disagree. You're right.
Thank you.
Listen, I may not always be right, but I'm never wrong.
That's a lie. All right, moving on to what we've been reading and watching. So watching, we don't know if we had finished this last time, but we did finish season 3 of Ted Lasso. Loved it, adored,
loved,
cried, felt
You cried a few times.
Yeah, 3 times.
It was really cute.
Felt things. So if you haven't watched it, totally watch it.
And it's done now. So there were only 3 seasons. So it's not like it's gonna.
I know.
You know, there are potential for spin-offs, maybe.
I think potentially 3 spin-offs they could do if they decided to do it.
Yeah. But if you haven't jumped on that bandwagon, highly recommend. It really is only 3 seasons. You do not need to know anything about soccer. We didn't know about that. We're not like we're sports fans or anything like that. It's way beyond that. It's such an uplifting show. It's feel good. It's you laugh, you feel everything.
There's not a bad character.
No, it's
not
great.
a bad character at all.
So good.
So we finished that, and then we started watching Silo, which is also on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah.
We watched the first season. That's all there is. It's about like I don't know. I forget how many episodes. Fantastic.
It is really good.
Like I just wanted to.
It's based on a book series, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I just wanted to keep reading and figure out what the hell was going on.
You mean keep watching?
Watching to figure out what the hell was going on. Like I didn't want to stop watching it. Yeah. We pretty much devoured that show. We watched it really quickly.
Yeah. It definitely is a there's definitely shocking, moments in there and
yeah.
Interesting.
The premise of that is the population lives in a silo. And kind of nobody knows why. They just know that outside is poisonous pretty much. And
from like nuclear strikes or who knows what.
Yeah, you don't know why.
You can't live on the surface of the earth anymore. So they, so everything says. Since for the past 130 years or something.
140 since since events took place. So even before that, we don't know how long they've been living there.
Yeah.
There's 10,000 people at least who live in the silo. They all have jobs, and you learn how deep or how many floors there are, which is ridiculous.
Usually in books, I love books that have good like world building, and sometimes when you try to translate a book to a TV show, you lose a little bit about that, but the limitations of like visual effects and stuff. But they did a really good job creating, I think, this world where you did feel while you were watching it the depth of the the silo, and I thought that they did a really, really good job portraying like how these people live, how they work together in a symbiotic relationship. Yeah, that was really cool.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I would love to read the series.
Me too.
But I don't want to ruin it. The surprise.
I know, because
there's a lot of twists and turns.
I may read it after all
Me too.
It's done, because I've just had so many experiences when reading something and then watching it, and watching it's just so bad.
Yeah.
Where I would have enjoyed the experience of watching it had I not read the book.
Right.
Because
it ruined reading Ready Player One, kind of ruined the movie a little bit for you.
Right, like I thoroughly enjoyed the movie prior to reading the book. Mm-hmm. But then reading the book, you're like, oh, the movie's crap.
Right. Well, similar with like Harry Potter, the movies are still excellent, but I watched the movies first, and then when I read the book, I was like, holy cow, there's so much here that, they didn't add in there, or they changed, and that would have been a really good thing.
And that other book series that I read, where we watched the show, like, The Sun and the Devil Within, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I read the series, I'm like,
way different.
Yeah. This is why no other seasons were made, because it's crap compared to the book. So,
our opinions only.
Our opinions. Yes. Please.
Please. Don't add us.
What else we watched?
So we watched Bros, which was a movie. It was entertaining. I don't regret watching the movie.
No, but I would not rewatch it.
No, I wouldn't rewatch it either. I didn't care for the main character. I really didn't.
So, Bros is... So the thing about Bros, and one of the reasons I wanted to watch it, and we should have gone to see it in the theater because this doesn't happen much. It's a rom-com. 2 main characters are males.
Yeah.
It was in theaters, and that's a big deal because that doesn't happen, right? You barely get that storyline on television or made for TV movies. It's happening a little more regularly, but to have it in a theater was
mainstream.
Is a really big deal. It didn't do well. But with that being said, we finally watched it. It's on Amazon. I agree, it was entertaining. I wasn't a huge fan of the main character. There were moments in it which were really endearing and I loved, but overall, it was okay. I don't think I would rewatch it.
It could have been the actor, not necessarily the character. I'm not sure.
No, I think it was the character for me. But yeah, I don't think I would rewatch it.
But his romantic interest.
I loved him from Brothers and Sisters.
I know. I forgot what his name is, but
he's so Luke good. McFarlane, and he's played Scotty in Brothers and Sisters, and he wasn't he in a Hallmark? He's been in some Hallmark Christmas movies.
It did have a similar feel to Hallmark-ish at times. There was some campiness there, but I loved when they went to Providence.
That was the best.
That was the... You know why? Because of their interaction.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. Like, in a romance, you know, when you... Like, those... They did some flashbacks in the movies of You've Got Mail, which is probably one of my all-time favorite romantic comedies. So, you know, seeing that and those feelings, like, you know, that, like, oh, how cute is their interactions and, like, stuff, because I think that was huge in You've Got Mail, especially that she didn't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, but in this, like in P-Town, they had a lot of those interactions, which I look for in a romantic movie, and I thought it was really sweet and really well done. It was just a lot of the
building up of them getting to know each other and the building
some
up
of the subplots. I don't know.
Relationships was
anyway
really good
worth a watch, but it's not. I don't
rewatch.
think it will. Not worth a rewatch.
And then
our opinions.
Yeah. And then we watched Secret Invasion, which is Marvel TV show on Disney. We're all caught up. There have been 5 episodes released, and episode 6 and the final episode comes out next week. So it's enjoyable.
It's basically like a Nick Fury focused
and
series.
Skrulls.
And the Skrulls. But Nick Fury is our main character.
So it's, you know, Marvel. So it's got your action. It's been a little enjoyable.
It's been more than a little enjoyable.
I know.
Yeah.
And then lastly, what we've been reading. So I've read, let's do the one that we've both read. We have both read and finished Waybound by Will Wight.
Yes.
This is the 12th and final book. Is it really 12 books? Yeah. No. We read 12 books in that series?
Yeah.
Holy bitches.
Or 11.
No, I think it's 12.
Yeah, I think it's right.
All right.
I think it's 12.
So it is the Cradle series by Will Wight. 12 books. This just came out last month.
Mm-hmm.
So we read it and finished it, and I love the damn series.
Same.
Same.
Talk about character development
and
world building. Holy cow. I mean, over 12 books, you have a lot of time to develop those characters and build on the world, but each book felt like an immediate, what's the word?
Pickup,
I guess. From the previous book before, there was like, and they didn't spend any of the time really recapping. So it was great. It felt like one continual story. And yeah, the characters, I mean, the main character, you really can't help but feel a huge connection to, obviously, and almost this sense of pride as he's developing throughout the entire series.
Except the final book for me. The final book, I connected with him. I worried about him in the final book.
I worried about him too. And I think that's
I worried that our hero was going to become a villain.
Me too.
And that it was going to make me not enjoy the ending of the series.
And be pissed at the author for taking that direction.
Yeah, and then I'd have to find him, fly there, have words, and it was just going to be bad.
You could just write a letter.
But
that didn't happen.
No, it's such an enjoyable... So I would say it's high fantasy, right? Would you say high fantasy?
I don't know what high fantasy means.
Me neither. Maybe it's not.
It's definitely fantasy.
It's fantasy. It's Asian fantasy.
Mm-hmm. Asian-inspired fantasy.
Asian-inspired fantasy. And there's a lot. There are a lot of characters. There's a lot to remember. I actually just Googled today. I was like, can I get a map of the ascension of a person in this world? Because it blows my mind.
Yeah, because there's
I still don't know if I know.
Yeah, there's it's a magic system, basically a magic system, but it's
like
it's
martial
not necessarily
arts.
magic. Yeah, it's like abilities and
Chi. It's almost reminiscent of Chi now that I think of it.
yeah, they call it mantra.
Madra.
Madra. I know, but why would I say mantra?
I don't know.
They call it Madra. So it's a bunch of different levels, and you can manipulate this Madra different ways. And as you progress, your body kind of goes through this like change almost. Some of it is physical. A lot of it's like just your internal channels. Kind of, yeah, you're right. Like the chi channels, like, purifying your body kind of. And allowing more channels to open so you can access and do different things. So as you progress, you become exponentially more powerful than the level below. It starts, with a copper level.
Foundation.
As a
Foundation,
child.
then copper, jade.
But silver.
Silver, then
But
jade.
the difference between, so silver would be the next level above copper, but the difference between a silver and a copper is huge.
Yes.
Right? So like, a copper and a silver fighting, the silver's always going to, 9 times out of 10, like, win and be more powerful, have different iron, not silver, iron. Copper, iron. Yeah.
Jade.
And then gold, low gold, high gold.
It's
a lot.
So
it's a
much,
lot of levels.
But
you watch our character progress through that. It's not giving anything away that he progresses pretty significantly up that path.
Through all 12 books. Like,
yeah.
And then you meet all these other characters and they become this ragtag family.
That's a good description of them.
And they're all so different, but they complement each other so well.
Yeah.
In not only their skills, but also just their personalities.
And their senses of humor.
Yeah.
It captures everybody. Everyone is so unique.
We use... In the book, the most common phrases are from the main character. His name is Weishi Linden, but he's called Linden. Are gratitude, and apologies. And we say them quite often.
It's part of our daily our regular vocabulary.
Yes, and all the time. We use it constantly. And Winter Steel colorway and Ghostwater colorway are both, which I didn't realize Ghostwater was, names of books in the series. I forgot that Ghostwater was a title. So Winter Steel is a title from the series, and so is Ghostwater.
Mm-hmm. They're really excellent.
They are.
If you've got some time to read 12 books, give it a try. I listened to all of them on Audible. And I might have read the first couple and then did that Whisper Sync or whatever it is. But the narrator is absolutely fantastic. And I highly recommend listening to him. If you want to just throw it on in your car or while you're knitting or something, I highly recommend it.
So I also finished, like I said, the number 1 of Heartstopper. That's the graphic novel. Thoroughly enjoyed that. That takes place in, I want to say in England, in high school, and it's just kind of like the romance of 2 of the characters. And then I'm currently reading...
You also finished Rear-Ended.
No, that was last time.
No, I got rid of this. It said reading last time.
Oh, did I? All right, well, I guess I finished Rear-Ended by K.M. Newhold. That is in the Bull Mechanics series, which also follows the Four Bears Construction and another group. So it was
Woodpeckers?
No, stop being silly.
Oh, I'm silly. I'm sorry.
So there's a construction group, there's the mechanics, and then there's, it's got to be in here. So that's male romance. That's just like straight up filth. So if you don't like filth, then don't read it.
The next book in the series that Kevin will be reading is Screwdriver.
No, I think I already read that one.
Is there really one? I can't. I hate everything about this.
All right, so I'm currently reading. This is a male romance. It's not smut. There are naughty bits, but it's one of my favorite authors in this genre is Tal Bauer. It's a new release called How to Say I Do. This follows Wight In Noelle, Wyatt is straight up cowboy from mid nowhere, Texas. Noelle is PR rep from Manhattan. They meet at an airport bar where we find out that Noelle was left by his fiance. She left him at the altar. And Wyatt is just your good old country boy, and he sees everybody staring at a guy getting drunk at a bar with sunglasses on who's just emotional. And he goes up and tries to befriend him, and this is their story.
It's a story.
And I adore the two of them. Like, just adore them so much. I said to Ray, I want this to be a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
Like, I wish...
You were really... He like, this morning, I think... Was it this morning? I think
no,
it
was
yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday? He was very cute. He like came down and he's like, oh, I really love my book.
I
it's
just
so
love them.
good. It feels so good.
I wish... You know how, like, when the logo channel came out and was announced, I was so excited for that because I thought, oh, this... Maybe they'll actually have, like, content that's representative of us. And then, not that there isn't, but... Like, I never felt like they came out with anything new. Like, I thought it was going to be like a gay Hallmark type of thing. And it's not, obviously. But this would be such a good book to make into, like, a TV movie. I would love it. Or even a series.
Maybe you could be the adapter of that.
All right, so somebody finance that for me.
Yeah. There you go.
So that's been what I'm reading.
Excellent. I am reading The Housemaid by Freida McFadden. It gotten a lot of... there were a lot of reviews on this. It's a shorter book, so which is great. A break from my 15-hour novels, and it's not fantasy. It's definitely fiction. So the premise is this woman, we don't really know why. She has a jail record. She's been living in her car. She can't get a job. She's answered an ad in the paper looking for a housemaid for this rich couple. She goes there, she interviews, she ends up ultimately getting the job, and then all sorts of crazy things happen. The wife, her name is Nina, she definitely suffers from mental health issues, so we're not 100% sure if that's true or not. She purposefully creates messes around the house for the maid to clean up. She forgets, or she does it on purpose, we don't know, like what she tells her. She's got a daughter and a husband, so like for example she told the maid, what the heck is her name? I can't remember her name right now.
Isn't that awful? Like, you're reading these and then
like it's a main
the
character.
name just...
Millie. Her name is Millie.
Millie.
So she tells Millie, she calls her and she tells her, like, you know, you need to hurry up and go pick up my daughter from school. She gets out at 2:45. Millie's like, okay, well, what school does she go to? You know, I've never done this before. And she tells her, and then Millie's like, okay, well, where is that? And then the wife hangs up the phone. And so she's searching she's like Googling where this school is. She can't find the school anywhere. Come to find out, the name she gave was wrong. So she rushes there to get the girl. And then the girl is being picked up by another set of parents. And the other mother is like, can I help you? She's like, yeah, I'm here to pick her up. You know, Nina just called me. And she's like, that's impossible. I always pick her up on Wednesdays. She's like, no, I promise you, she just called me to pick her up. And then the other mother's like, you know, I think you're a little confused. So she calls Nina. And Nina is like, no, why would I have her pick her up? That's silly. You take her home. And then she said, you know, so then finally when she talks to Millie, Nina's like, why would you think that? I would never do that. So she does these things that make Millie feel very uncomfortable. Like
I'd quit.
Yeah, she can't because she doesn't feel like she can get a job anywhere else. But there's something weird going on with Millie as well, and like the whole I think this is gonna end up being a mind you know what at the end. Like, I'm wondering if Nina doesn't even exist, or Millie's not even there, or it's a split, you know, personality type of thing. I'm not quite sure. Or if the husband is dreaming up the entire thing. It's very bizarre. There's a weird gardener who doesn't speak any English. I don't know. So my point is, it's it's
a
very
thriller.
interesting. It's thriller, and you want to keep going. And so yeah, so I think that's good. Again, that's the Housemaid. I can't wait till the end. And then I'm listening to SpecOps, which is book 2 of the Expeditionary Force by Craig Alanson. I'm listening to this. I love it so much. I think I'm going to continue. There's like 15 books in this series, so it's going to be one of those. And they're like 12 to 15 hour listens.
Wow.
It's a commitment.
Yeah.
But I love it. The narrator is fantastic. And I think that's all I'm going to say about that. It's really...
Okay.
I have to pee, and we're going a little bit long.
Okay. So you're done?
I think so.
You didn't talk about that one, though. You finished...
Oh my goodness. Because you're selfish, you wanted me to talk about this book.
I'm not selfish, but you
Jackass.
did finish it.
Because it's your recommendation. Thank you. I finished The Fourth Wing. I read a lot. Wow. And you know what else I read? Is some...
Schoolwork.
School stuff. Articles. The school this semester has been challenging because... Don't give me that cocky look.
I'm not giving you a cocky look. I'm waiting for your response.
The reading, the material is a lot. The articles, we're responsible for about like 5 to 6 articles a week, and they're all over 20 pages, 15, 20 pages. The last couple articles have been 35 pages. So it's a lot. So I've been reading at night instead of reading my schoolwork instead of this, and I'm feeling a little stressed out. Anyway, I finished The Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, and it was definitely a page-turner, and I absolutely loved every minute of it. And I think I said on the podcast last week, or 2 weeks ago, that sometimes it takes a while to get into a book and feel invested in these characters. I felt like immediate. It was immediate.
Yeah.
I love the heroine. She's wonderful. She's also flawed. She's got some physical, I want to say disability, but some physical condition that makes her flawed and not as strong as you would expect a hero to be. She creates these. The concept is really, it's a world in which you kind of decide which path you want to take. To specialize kind of for your life
at a war college. So it's a college where she lives. They've been at war for over 600 years. So it's a war college, and you have to pick a path to take and to learn about at this war college.
So that you can do these things for the rest of your life. So you can, scribe is one of them. There's like healers and different things like that, and so she chooses the dragon. What's it called? Dragon warrior, dragon college. Rider. She's a rider. She's a dragon rider. So you bond with a dragon, and the dragon gives you, like, shares his power with you and unlocks your own potential. Your thinking. I think it's you become a writer. Maybe. It doesn't matter. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a wonderful book.
It is.
There are
That's
great
high
connections.
Fantasy.
That's totally high fantasy.
It's considered high
definitely
fantasy.
The story, the world building is really, really good. The character development is really good. You become very close to her.
A bunch of them.
A bunch of people, and then because of the nature of this war college, students actually die. As they try to get through these tasks, and it's just like out of nowhere, like dragon blows fire on this person and they just die. It's like, what? They're out. So, but very unique. I thought it was very unique. It feels familiar, but it's very unique.
Correct. Agreed.
So that's book 1 of potentially 3.
No, 5. There will be 5 at least.
Oh, I can't wait that long.
And book 2 comes out in November.
November 4th, I think.
And I don't know, like, I see a bunch of stuff about this on TikTok. It's possible that there may even be, like, it being released as a movie or TV show.
It's such a good story, and I think it is unique while feeling familiar, like I said, that it would probably be successful as a movie.
Possibly. I think a movie wouldn't do it
or
justice.
Or a movie series.
Yeah.
Or maybe, like, one of those Netflix series, but that really spaces it out. Like, don't try to just get the first book into one season.
I know.
Like, really space it all out.
And I believe that's everything, y'all. So,
That was a lot of talking.
Appreciate you hanging out with us for the last 2 hours and 4 minutes and 10 seconds. We hope that everybody has a good 2 weeks.
It's been good.
And we will see you all in a fortnight.
Yeah, so but remember, join us on August 5th. Well, I think we'll have a podcast before that day. So you probably won't know. So August 5th, we're going to be doing our Zoom chat. So pay attention to your surroundings and wait for some of those things to pop up for you timing-wise in the Zoom link. Mark your calendar for the Skein Yarn Shop if you want to come and hang out. We'd love to meet everybody.
That's August 12th.
It's August 12th.
And then all the yarn we showed is in the shop with the Let's Hear It for the Boys bags, pins, and stickers. And that, I think, is that.
I think that's that. Now you can
we
roll
appreciate
that
you
beautiful
guys
bean footage.
hanging out with us. We hope that you have a good 2 weeks, and we will see you in a fortnight. Bye, guys.